Welcome to a place few people have ever seen. Behind these steel doors, behind this silence, lies a world where ordinary dust becomes pure, glowing gold. Today, you're stepping into one of the most secure factories on Earth. Stay close, because what happens inside here is worth more than most will ever hold in a lifetime. Behind some of the world's heaviest doors, beyond layers of steel, alarms and guarded corridors, there exists a place almost no one ever sees. A place where one of Earth's most valuable materials begins its transformation. Today, we're going inside a secure gold refinery to witness the creation of a gold bar from the very beginning. No maps, no viewing decks, just you and the journey of pure gold. Gold doesn't start its life polished or perfect. It begins rough, uneven, sometimes as powder, sometimes as fragments, sometimes as recycled pieces, once part of jewelry or technology. Every batch is scanned, weighed, recorded, and assigned a unique identity long before it ever becomes a bar. Inside this room, precision comes first. Workers inspect each delivery carefully, because the journey of a gold bar must start with trust. If the world is going to depend on the final product, the foundation needs to be flawless. And so, the first chapter begins with nothing more than scattered pieces of metal waiting to be transformed. As we walk deeper into the facility, the tone shifts. The air feels warmer, the lights glow harsher. The sound of machinery grows louder with every step. This is the industrial heart of the refinery, a place designed for controlled power. Here, raw gold pieces are prepared for their transformation. Large machines rotate and separate material, while technicians monitor every stage with careful attention. They look like chaos, but every movement, every vibration, every reading follows a precise plan. Before gold becomes pure, it must be understood. Low rumbling furnace ambience. And now, we enter the most dramatic room of all, the furnace chamber. Heat radiates from every direction. Protective suits shield workers from temperatures capable of reshaping metal. And in the middle of the room shines the brightest sight in the entire factory, molten gold. At these temperatures, solid metal becomes liquid fire. The glow is hypnotic, a swirling river of orange and white. The impurities begin to separate, leaving behind something closer to perfection. In this chamber, gold is reborn. Once molten, the gold moves toward a series of carefully prepared molds. This is the first moment when the metal takes the familiar shape of a bar. Technicians coordinate with machines to ensure a perfect flow. The tiniest variation can change everything. So timing, temperature, and alignment must work together like a choreographed dance. As the liquid gold settles into the molds, steam rises. The glow begins to dim. A solid shape begins to form. And for the first time, we can see the silhouette of a future gold bar. In cooling chambers, the bars begin a slow transition from glowing heat to solid stability. But the transformation is delicate. Too fast, and the metal could warp. Too slow, and production would stall. Rows of molds rest quietly in the controlled environment, cooling in harmony. The glow fades completely, and the rough, matte surface appears for the very first time. The metal is solid. The journey is far from over. Freshly cooled bars look nothing like the polished gold we recognize. Their edges are rough, their surfaces uneven. This is where finishing begins. Robotic polishers glide across every surface with precise movements. Technicians examine each bar under bright lights, looking for imperfections invisible to an untrained eye. With every pass, the bar becomes smoother, shinier, more refined. until finally it reflects light with the unmistakable glow of true gold. No gold bar leaves the refinery without a permanent identity, a stamped serial number, a purity grade, a certified refinery mark. These aren't decorations. They are guarantees recognized by banks, governments, and institutions worldwide. With a single press, the gold receives its signature, and at that moment, it becomes official. The journey ends where only the rarest materials rest, inside the vault. Here, rows of flawless gold bars sit silently under warm, golden light. Each one represents trust, precision, and the extraordinary work of countless hands and machines. From scattered fragments to liquid fire to a polished bar standing among millions. This is the story of gold, a journey hidden from the world, now revealed. Thank you for joining this cinematic exploration inside one of the most doesn't begin its life as the shining block we imagine. It enters this facility in scattered pieces, fragments, dust, recycled scraps, each one inspected with precision. Technicians scan it, weigh it, and record every last detail. Before gold becomes valuable, it must first become accountable. Only then can it begin its journey deeper into the heart of the refinery. As we move forward, the temperature rises and the atmosphere shifts. Machines rumble, metal vibrates. This is the industrial chamber, where raw material is prepared for its rebirth. Large mechanical systems separate, clean, and classify the gold. Everything here is measured. Every process is timed. Because in gold production, even the smallest detail matters. And now, we reach the most dramatic sight in the entire facility, the furnace room. Here, gold is heated until it glows like living fire. Under protective suits and strict supervision, workers monitor the metal as it transforms into a smooth liquid river. The glow is intense, powerful, almost hypnotic. Impurities drift away, leaving behind the closest form of purity the metal has ever known. It is in this room, under immense heat and strict control, that gold is reborn. Once ready, molten gold flows toward a series of perfectly aligned molds. This is the moment where it first becomes recognizable. The moment where glowing liquid becomes the silhouette of the bar. Steam rises. Light flickers across the metal. Technicians track each pour with absolute precision. Because every gold bar begins with this single moment where heat gives way to shape. In the cooling chamber, the gold begins to settle. The bright glow fades. The surface darkens. And a solid bar emerges from the mold. This cooling stage is calm, controlled, almost quiet, a sharp contrast to the intensity of the furnace. Here, gold becomes stable, strong enough to move forward on its journey. Fresh bars leave the cooling chamber rough and unfinished, so they enter a new phase, inspection and refinement. Robotic polishers sweep across their surfaces, removing imperfections. Technicians use bright lamps to examine every detail. Slowly, the bar gains its iconic glow. Smooth edges, reflective surface, that unmistakable shine. With one final step, the gold bar receives its identity, a unique serial number, a purity mark, and the official refinery stamp. These symbols transform the metal into certified value. From scattered fragments, to molten fire, to a flawless bar resting in a vault. This is the journey of gold. In this vault, surrounded by shadows and steel, each bar gleams with a perfection we can see. But its past remains hidden. Who touched it first? Where did it come from? What lands did it cross to arrive here? No camera, no document, no machine can answer those questions. Gold protects its secrets better than any lock or code. It lets us admire the shine while burying everything that came before. Soft hum, slow footsteps, distant metallic echoes. And maybe that's why gold has always held such power over us. Not just because it's rare, not just because it's valuable, but because it refuses to reveal the stories trapped inside its surface. We measure its weight, but never its history. We test its purity, but never its journey. Every bar here could have crossed lifetimes, and yet it sits perfectly still, as if nothing ever touched it. Long pause, gentle atmospheric rumble. So, as we leave this vault, remember one thing. What you see shining in front of you is only the final chapter. The real story of gold, the hidden story, is written long before it arrives here, and it may never tell that truth to anyone. Not to us, not to history, not even to time. Some secrets are made of gold.